What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James and welcome back today to Roblox. How are you doing, everyone? Welcome back, welcome back. Today, of course, it is time to jump back into Bee Swarm Simulator for the latest Beesmas 2020 leaks. So yeah, I've got like not quite as much stuff as previous episodes to share with you guys, but that doesn't mean to say that it's not interesting. We've got a few really cool things to look at and we're going to look at them in this video. So let's go and mosey on over here. 3, 2, 1. Playing the hive. How are we all doing? Hopefully you guys and girls are great. I am so tired today. I'm not exactly quite with it. I'm just a bit like, oh. So yeah, bear with me if we don't have quite the same energy as per usual, but it's counting down to Beesmas 2020. I promised you guys these leaks as soon as possible, and I'm here to deliver that. So yeah, let's get started, I think. So today, what we've actually got to look at is one more decal image for something to do with Beesmas 2020. But as well as that, there's actually, I think, 3 really weird audio files that were uploaded by Onnit late last night, which may give us some clues as to some bits and pieces that we can expect in the update. So yeah, just before we get started, oh yeah, so I went and checked the previous video that we did yesterday, just to kind of see what people were thinking about, you know, the thoughts and you know, what you think the update is going to be themed around and stuff. And I'm kind of hoping that this episode might sort of help with drawing some conclusions. Oh yeah, unfortunately, we didn't quite hit that 5,000 like goal in the last episode, but it's only been up like a day. So yeah, we got 4,500, so thank you so much still. I tell you what, let's lower it for this episode. Can we try and get 14 likes? Can we do it? I believe in you guys. We could do this. So yeah, hopefully this might, you know, fill in some gaps as to what we can actually expect. Now, just before we get started, to kind of answer the question, you know, everyone's sort of wondering, well, when is Beesmas going to be updated? You know, when is it going to be in the game? And the answer to that is, I have no idea. But like, based off the previous years and stuff, it kind of is fairly late in December. So what I tend to kind of think about this is I think, okay, so Christmas Day is the 25th of December. Now, if we can get the Beesmas update at some point in the 20s, then I think that's probably good. So what I mean by that is, tends to be before Christmas, hopefully not on Christmas Day, of course, because, you know, a few more days before that would be cool to play it. But normally what I kind of think to myself is, all right, as soon as it gets to like the 21st, 22nd, 20th, you know, 23rd, that is usually when the Beesmas update comes out. So it really just depends on when Onnit is ready with the content, but hopefully sometime a few days before Christmas Day is normally when we see it. I think historically it's probably come out on like the 23rd, 22nd, 24th, something like that. So I think that's going to be the time. Okie dokies, so let's get cracking. And as per usual, everything here is kindly supplied by the Bee Swarm Simulator of Leakings over on Twitter. So once again, thank you very much, my dude. And yeah, there's a few really weird and interesting things. So we'll start with the decal, because why not? And I think this is probably just, you know, your classic super festive looking thing, but on it uploaded this guy, and it's simply called Snowflake. And it's a snowflake. So the weird thing about this is they actually uploaded 2 different versions, and yeah, they're these 2 things side by side. They're exactly the same item, but one of them is got like a black border, and the other one has got like a grey border. So what I'm thinking is, we'll talk about that in just a second, but I guess like a bit of useless information. When I make the thumbnails for these Bee Swarm videos, and you know, you have the items and the decals from Bee Swarm, they always have, like, they never have like a black outline. They always have like a grey sort of undersaturated outline. And then I go in like my thumbnail software, and then I like make it so that it has a black border. So it's really weird for me to actually see an item that has the black border, because everything else, badges, decals, whatever, they always have like a washed out grey. It's kind of strange, but I guess Onnit kind of fixed that, and he put his usual style. Did he actually? Yeah, you can kind of see like literally all of these pictures. I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but they never actually have like a thick black border. They kind of have like a dark grey. Completely useless information, but yeah, that's kind of just a little thing I noticed. But anyway, this to me looks like a previous sort of stuff that we've seen. So this is what we saw in yesterday's episode. If you want to go and check that out in more detail, then I'll link it in the description below. But these were the leaks that we saw yesterday, and these are these weird items that were added into the game. So my thoughts about this snowflake is that that probably goes together, and this might be an expansion for all of these weird items. I actually saw one really awesome comment in last episode, and I was like, that would be such a cool idea, but could you imagine if the event was based around celebrating Christmas in different parts of the world, you know, like different cultures, how they kind of did it, what gifts they do, what traditions they do, and then maybe have that link to the different NPC bears? I thought that was so cool. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be cool if it did. So yeah, that's kind of like the only image that we actually have, unfortunately, right now. But as, you know, all of this stuff comes out, it's coming out pretty regularly. So of course, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ding the bell and all that stuff, and I'll let you guys know about it as soon as possible. So yeah, basically, to kind of summarize the images that we've had, if I just like open up my little thing here, we've had 11 of these weird ornaments, which was in a previous episode. We've had now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these like weird decals to do with something Christmassy. And then of course, we had the leak yesterday of the gingerbread cup, which looks really, really cool. But alongside that, we do have 3 audios to take a listen to. So let me go and sort that out. I'll BRB. And we are ready to go. So yeah, I've just muted my entire Roblox audio so you guys can actually hear these. So 2 of these are like super duper short, and then one of them is a little bit longer. And I guess we'll probably start with, let's start with the shorter ones. So there are 2 versions of kind of like a bell sound. And obviously, you know, Christmas and bells and jingle bells and stuff, that's a fairly common thing. But I don't think we've ever actually heard that in a Beesmas update that has been. I don't think so anyway. So the first one we'll take a look at here is simply called Snow Bells. And if we listen to it, you guys ready? Really, really quiet clip. I'm going to play it again. There you go. I'm probably going to have to boost the audio up a bit, but it's literally just a dude shaking his jingle bells. Simple as that. So this that's kind of all it is, but obviously it's super festive sounding, and something is going to trigger this sound in the game. So in terms of the actual bells, there's another really, really short one, which is called Short Bell, and it sounds like this. Same kind of thing, like sounds like the same instrument, like the jingly ones. Do you guys remember when you were at school? Oh, you might still be at school. I remember when I was at school, we used to have like music class. And I have no idea how the teachers had this kind of patience, but I remember like, this was when I was young, so like 7, 8, 6, something like that. They had like this massive box of percussive instruments. So you had like tambourines and like clappers and bells and triangles. And this teacher was like, okay, let's make some music. And you had like 15 kids just like banging and clattering and crashing. How on earth did they manage to get through that? It must have sounded horrendous. It just reminds me of that, like those weird bell things. But anyway, let me listen to it once more. There you go. Very, very simple. Just a little jingly bell. And I think the most interesting one out of all 3 of these is called Breeze. So if we listen to Breeze, this one's slightly longer. Interesting. Let's listen to it again. And one more time. Strange. So it actually sounds to me, it doesn't sound like a breeze to me. You know, like a breeze would be like a woo. That's a ghost, isn't it? Like a haunted breeze. Oh, I've already got microconverters. Okay, never mind. Yeah, like a breeze, you know, like. But this one has like a whoosh effect in it. So it's kind of like what I use on my little things pop down and they go whoosh. But it kind of sounds like something's going past. Like, you know, like that way. So could you imagine if there was like Santa that came down, or like the Beesmas thing, and it had like a sled and then it went whoosh, straight past you? How cool would that be? Let's listen to it one more time. Whoosh. Weird. There you go. Those are the 3 leaked sounds. Short bell, snow bells, and breeze. So yeah, unfortunately, that's pretty much all of the leaked content that I have for you guys today. As I kind of mentioned, there's not like a huge amount of it today, but it does seem that pretty much, you know, as soon as I make a video and then I publish it and stuff, like there's a bunch of new stuff that comes out. So it's kind of cool, and I think it's a really, really exciting time. And I think one of the most exciting times for me in Bee Swarm is always kind of like trying to guess, or, you know, looking into these things and speculating about what we actually think is going to be in the game. You know, and I've said this 700,000 times by now, surely, but every single time that Onnit does make an update, it always has something really, really cool, and it also tends to have quite a few surprises in there as well. So, like, all of the stuff that we're looking at, this leaked content, I don't know if it's, this is going to be some part of it, but I still feel like there's going to be a lot more that we have no idea about. And I think that's the exciting thing, especially when it comes out, you fire up the server for the first time, and especially when it's the Beesmas thing, all of the walls change, you've got the fairy lights up the mountaintop, and, you fire it up for the first time. Do you remember last year? I just remembered this. So do you guys remember? They had all of the new secret areas. So, like, where the stump field was, there was like a cutout in here. Do you guys remember you had to find the gifts? And it was like a little mini parkour maze. I remember that. That was cool. Yeah, that was Beesmas, wasn't it? It was. And there was like different presents located around the map, and you had to do a certain amount of quests to open up the gifts. That would be cool if we had another system like that, because if I remember correctly, the rewards were really, really good. But yeah, unfortunately, as I kind of said, that's pretty much everything that I have for this episode. So we have 3 new sound effects and 1 new decal. I think that the decal is probably part of the other decals that we saw a little bit earlier. And I think the sounds, who knows? Maybe some kind of quest bear NPC, maybe some kind of quest reward sound. There might be another Beesmas tree. Who knows? It's going to be cool to find out. But yeah, what was I going to say? I'm not quite with it today. I did mention that at the beginning. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. So until then, thanks and see you.